Alright, today I'm gonna show you how I put my hair into like a half up, 2 Dutch braids connecting in the back, kind of a hairstyle. Sometimes I think of this one as like princess hair for whatever reason. So it's with nice detangled hair, parted where you like your part. Mine's a little off to the side. I'm going to start with the left side this time, which I don't typically do, but once again, this doesn't matter. So just like when you're putting your hair into 2 Dutch braids or 2 French braids, you take kind of an almost triangular looking section near your part. Just going to start nice and small like this. Divide into 3 sections. And I'm going to start with the section closest to the part. So I'm going to bring this one underneath into the middle, and then do the same thing with the section on the left side, underneath into the middle. Now on the right side, I'm going to be adding a little bit of hair. Just combine it with that first piece. Bring it underneath into the middle. Get your other fingers in there. And then I'm going to take from the front. Try to make this visible for you. And with this hairstyle, I focus pretty hard on the overall shape, because when I do this, I kind of want a little bit more of a circular look rather than just kind of up and straight back, like when I put my hair, all of my hair into 2 braids. So I'm going to be kind of thinking about that, and it'll help me choose where I hold my hands while I make this happen. So I'll be bringing my hands just a little bit closer to my face so that the braid comes just a little bit closer to my face. And with this particular look, since I'm going for a little softer, more relaxed of a look, you'll notice when I take another section of hair to add in, I'm bringing more downwards than upwards to kind of help add to that just kind of gentle, soft look. And this one, if you're looking in the mirror while you do it, that helps me, that I can get a better idea of where I'm going with this stuff. I'll try to keep on angling back towards the camera so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to need to see what I'm doing a little bit too. So I took a section from the face side, adding that in. Just smoothing them as needed before I put them in. Now this is the part where you can kind of decide whether you want your half up to leave some hair down in front of your ears, or whether you want it pulled back away from your ears. I think I'm going to kind of go for somewhere in between here. Just kind of a gentle swoop there, not pulled back too tight. This part in the back is normally where I have the most trouble being satisfied. because you can't see that well to the back, and when I connect the sides later, I don't really want to have scalp exposed there. Okay, I'm going to grab this little piece right in front of my ear. Just gently pull that back. So I'm going to stop taking sections from by my face and just focus on the back now. So what I'm going to do is I can kind of feel the way this is going. Grab another section here. Make sure everything is smooth. And then on this side, just don't grab any more hair. That will pass the ear anyways. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave kind of a little bit of cover for the top for my other braid. So I'm going to just kind of push that aside a little bit with my fingers and take one last small section here just to bring me in towards the middle. And remember to keep holding your hands and continuing to braid in the way that you want your braid to sit. So right now I'm going to kind of just keep on bringing my braid this direction so that the whole thing wants to go that way. I'm going to braid it down a little ways. Long enough so that I can just clip it back, because I plan on banding the two of them together and then just letting the braids fall. With half up, half down, when I'm working with braids, I try to make sure that all the hair that I'm leaving down stays out of the way of the braids, because they have a tendency to just want to pick up little strays, and then that'll pull on your hair, and that doesn't feel good. It can look a little bit messier too. Okay, so I've already braided this down further than it needs to go. And I'm just going to take a clip, put that in there just enough to hold it. And then I'm going to just drop that over on this side. Sometimes even to hold the braid out of the way, I'll like clip it to my collar or something. Just whatever works for you. And then we'll start in on the other side. So I'm going to take my comb again and kind of slice myself a little triangle. Try to show that to you too. In this case, shake my bangs out of it a little bit because I don't want to braid those back. We'll just start the way we started with the other side. Split it up into 3 sections. And then I'm going to start with the side closest to the part. So the left this time, then the right, bring that under into the middle. This time, add some hair from the part side. And a little bit from the scalp side, not the scalp side, the face side. Try to remember to angle so that you can see that. Bring that up into the middle. adding a little bit more. I'm gonna look in the mirror for this part. So I can kind of choose the shape that I'm giving this braid. Just kind of gently, slightly sweeping downwards on this one. Something to look at too, you know, if you want them nice and symmetrical, just kind of look in the mirror from time to time, make sure you're doing it about the same way. I'm going to start to kind of angle my hands back a little bit, because if you keep on braiding too much downwards, then your braid isn't going to want to go back and connect. And you could do that. You could just leave your two braids unconnected, you know, not tied back together. But since I'm planning to tie them back together, I want to influence the braid that direction, because then otherwise if I braid down and then I pull it back, I'm going to end up with bumpy spots in the back there. Just going to add a little bit more on the face side. I'm going to add the last little bit from the face side here. Just a little bit right above my ear. I'm just going to kind of feel for what I still have back there that's loose. So I've got this section that I left myself that should be kind of covering any scalpy parts, as long as you can pull that in straight down, as long as you're not pulling it the other way. So hopefully, it's hard to tell when I can't see, of course, but hopefully I've got it kind of running the right direction. That feels like it's working out from here. I'm just going to continue to kind of gently braid back. Continuing to just kind of pull in this direction so that the two braids want to connect nicely. And sometimes for this, I won't always bother to clip back the second braid. Sometimes I'll just grab the first braid and then tie them right together. Sometimes I'll braid it down a little further like this and clip it. And then that way I can take a look in the mirror for myself, kind of see how they're doing, how they're going to line up. So I might take a handheld mirror, sort of fix my hair like it's going to be. Just going to kind of cross these over each other for the moment. Take a little look for myself. Yeah, I think I can think I can work with that. So with that, I'm just going to take super regular boring hairband, since I made these braids relatively thick here. And once again, I'm just going to try to make sure that all of my loose hair is out of the way. I'm just going to unclip these. I have them braided down far enough that I don't expect them to unravel too fast. Another thing you can look at too, if you got a mirror handy, you know, is like, is it going to look better if one is crossed over the other? Like, I'm feeling like this is probably a good way to go for me right now. So I'm just going to band these two braids together. Just make sure none of that other hair is getting caught. Kind of smooth it out. And then now that I've done that, I like to look at the back again. And I can see right here, I'll try to show you too. Right here I've got a little bit of part exposed that I don't really want exposed. So this is one of those instances in which you can maybe just kind of comb that. You can maybe get it to cover. And do that a little bit in the middle here too. And then another thing that you can do, it's easier if you have like one of those extendable bathroom mirrors and you can see the back of your head hands-free. But sometimes I'll tug on the braids a little bit, loosen them up just a little bit each at a time for a little softer look. And then sometimes when you loosen that stuff up a little bit, it can help those harsher lines to meld together. You gotta be careful with this too though, because if you overdo it, it can be a little bit hard to fix. And then you might have to redo your whole braid, which is no fun. So I'm just gonna kind of keep going, softening those up section by section. Hopefully you can kind of see that. Okay, and I'm going to take another little look at the back, see how I feel about it. Yeah, so this spot that I didn't love is still not my favorite. But if you take and gently pull, sometimes you can get just enough out of that to sort of gently cover it up. And sometimes you can get the comb to kind of work for you again too. And otherwise, I'm pretty satisfied with the shape of the braids and how they came together. Another thing that you can do here, if you want to be a little extra fancy, if you have one of these topsy tail tools, I think probably I'm going to use the small one, is you can poke one of these right into the middle of your hairband so that it's ready to go through. And then sneak a section of hair from the back, since these braids in this hairband are relatively chunky. I'm going to take a decent sized section here. I'm actually maybe going to grab just a little bit more. Make sure it's nice and cleanly separated from the rest of the hair. And I'm going to start wrapping it around the hairband. Actually, yeah, that should work. Let's try to keep it separate from the other hair. Feel that. And then when you reach the end, bring it through that loop. And you grab the point of your Topsy Tail tool. And you drag that through. And you can do that without one of these tools. You can wrap around, and if you've got a couple of bobby pins, you can pin up the end. I don't even know if that covered nicely since I couldn't see. Oof, yeah, not my best work. Anyway, you understand the concept. I'm sure you could do better than that. But yeah, that's how I put my hair in half up princess braids.